tonight, up in flames.
We had the same crews going to repeat fires and a number of fires simultaneously.
How many fires at vacant homes crews had to respond to overnight, and the strain it's putting on resources. Also tonight, shoring up the rainy day fund,
which is needed, is necessary to strengthen our financial position.
Where the city hopes to pull the money from, plus growing impatient.
So it's slow, it's cozy.
How local garden centers are trying to keep busy amid a slow start to the planting season.
CTV News. Live from downtown Winnipeg with Taylor Brock.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Hendricks. Winnipeg fire crews were kept busy last night responding to 6 blazes at 5 vacant properties in the span of just 3 hours. One of the houses that had already caught fire in the past. And as CTV's Daniel Halmerson shows you, there are concerns about the impact all these fires are having on emergency resources.
Daryl Warren has seen this scene far too many times, the aftermath of a vacant house fire in the city's William White neighborhood.
They've responded here 12 times to these 3 particular properties. That's ridiculous. We need to go ahead and work on solutions to go ahead and combat this.
This home on Power Street caught fire just after 12:30 Tuesday morning. It's one of 5 boarded up properties Winnipeg fire crews responded to overnight in a 3-hour window. The other fires happened on St. John's, Boyd, Manitoba, and Alexander Avenues.
We had the same crews going to repeat fires and a number of fires simultaneously. It's huge demand on our crews, both physically and emotionally.
Deputy Fire Chief Scott Wilkinson says nobody was found inside the homes and no injuries were reported. The cause of the fires are being investigated. There's
definitely concerns that these are incendiary or possibly arson, and being in the same area, we don't know for sure if they're related to same or similar individuals, but it's something we're working closely with the police service on for sure.
Daryl Warren credits the city for beefing up enforcement on vacant homes to ensure they're harder to get into, but he adds there's just far too many abandoned buildings in his neck of the woods.
Last count, we had over 200 properties that are either vacant lots, boarded up, fire houses like this one behind me. We need to go ahead and make people that own properties like this accountable.
In December, City Council approved a plan to crack down further on vacant and derelict properties. Those measures include increasing empty building fees and speeding up the process for the city to seize these homes. I want our city staff to be using every tool in our book that's available to us as a city to take title of the properties that we can take title of sooner. Daniel Halmerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
The city says if you see someone entering a vacant property or removing boards from windows or doors, call 911. And if you come across a vacant property that looks as if it's been breached, you should contact 311. A 53-year-old man is dead following a motorcycle crash. On May 11th, around midnight, RCMP received a report that a motorcycle had gone into a ditch. It happened at the intersection of Highway 276 and Road 141 West, just north of St. Rose-de-Lac. Police believe the man was riding south and went off the road on the wrong side after coming to a curve in the highway. Authorities found the man lying next to his motorcycle on the east ditch and attempted to revive him, but he died at the scene. A new report is creating a path to address the city's cash-strapped rainy day fund. The emergency reserve was nearly wiped out during the pandemic. But as CTV's Jeff Keel shows you, the plan is to take money once budgeted for roads and transfer it to the fund.
The city could be shifting surplus roads money to partially shore up its emergency fund.
Is needed, is necessary to strengthen our financial position.
A report to the Mayor's Executive Policy Committee is recommending the city transfer $18.4 million to the Rainy Day Fund. $3.4 million of that is reserve money left over from the Pembina Underpass and BRT projects. $15 million would come from a Regional Streets Renewal Program surplus. The report says the move won't result in any increase in property taxes or impact projects approved for last year or this year.
That $15 million was from an old program. All the road work was done in that program, so we didn't omit any project.
The mayor says the city is spending record amounts on roads, and it's prudent to use this money to help replenish the rainy day fund, which can be used to cover off year-end shortfalls and unexpected expenses.
Our support to transit and our support for snow clearing perhaps is below what we believe the actual revenues and expenses are going to be.
But the Manitoba Heavy Construction Association is disappointed roadwork money could be diverted.
The city has been dedicating funds year over year to road investment, but anyone can see driving through our city that there's definitely still investment to be made.
The rainy day fund was nearly depleted during the pandemic, and even with this transfer still won't top it up. The report says this would put the year-end balance at $44.2 million. The minimum threshold is $85.1 million, still leaving the fund more than $45 million light. A problem for the next council over the next 4 years.
The expectation would be that over that period of time that there would be an opportunity to bring the reserve back up to the full amount.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Now, in order for the money to be transferred, 2/3 of council must vote in favor. Construction season is officially underway, and with that, drivers are being urged to slow down. It's all part of this year's Safe Roads campaign. The purpose is to remind Manitobans to drive safely through construction zones and to give workers the necessary respect they deserve. According to the Workers' Compensation Board, last year there were 62 transportation-related injuries. That's up from 40 the year prior, making the message all the more important.
We're asking every driver in Manitoba to do a few simple things. Slow down and give workers space to do their job safely. Put the phone away. Move over when you see workers on the shoulder. Follow a flag person's directions and respect road signs.
To locate where road closures are, you can head to the City of Winnipeg's website. Cool spring weather is causing Winnipeg Garden Center sales to feel downright frosty. Owners have had to cut staff due to lower than seasonal temperatures as gardeners wait to buy their plants. But as CTV's Joseph Bernacki explains, they're hopeful warmer weather will get things back on track.
Inside Ron Paul Garden Center, owner Ray Dubois waters dozens of bedding trays. By this time of year, however, many of these flowers would already be off the shelf. But Mother Nature didn't cooperate this year for a strong sales start.
In my 17 years, I don't recall seeing a weird late start like this. It would be warm but rainy, but at least warm. I don't recall seeing just this cold and just unpleasantness.
Dubois says demand simply has not taken off. While customers have been trickling in, the plants are staying put. In turn, it's caused him to cut back on hours for seasonal staff.
Now we've been bringing them back on because they're students, and other people need to pay rent, and we are, though, running out of things to clean. So it's been a little tough.
Dubois says his garden center received a record number of applications this season. He's not the only one hoping to bring in more staff. By Tuesday afternoon, the sun came out over St. Leon Gardens. But owners here say they have more staff than customers right now.
It always is a challenging balancing act to know how busy this year is going to be. We can always adjust, and we just know that it's going to get busy. It just hasn't started yet.
St. Leon's covers these plants overnight due to frost warnings. They've been adjusting on the fly.
We've hired as many staff as we need compared to last year. We've just had to send some staff home here and there, depending on if it's freezing today. Well, it won't be very busy in the plants, for example.
Joseph Bernacki, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Time now for our first check on the weather, and currently it is 8 degrees in clear skies. The barometer is rising. Humidity is at 70%. Now overnight things are going to dip down a little bit. It's going to get to 5 degrees with possibility of some fog. We'll talk more about that later. And your morning wake up weather, 9 degrees and mainly sunny. A plan under fire. What questions residents and business owners say are still unanswered about a proposed supervised consumption site. Community members and local officials got together tonight to discuss the implications of a proposed supervised consumption site in their neighborhood.
This is not treatment for addiction. It is a revolving door that fuels addiction.
Now, this meeting was organized by the community itself at a restaurant and banquet hall across the street from the proposed consumption site location. Organizers tell CTV News there is more opposition than support for the site. They have questions that they feel are unanswered. How many people will be using this site per day? And what happens if something goes wrong? Organizers say they feel the Canoe government's plan hasn't been properly shared with the community.
It's all been like the study shows, and more like the people voted for this. What people are voted for this? You know, the people who voted for NDP, but like, did they know about this kind of thing? And why aren't we giving them more rehabs or detox centers for the people?
The NDP government originally planned to open the site at a different location. However, they abandoned the plan after area residents complained it was too close to a school and homes. An international fugitive is in custody after being caught during a traffic stop in Winnipeg. Police spotted a truck speeding in the Exchange District last Tuesday afternoon. They stopped it near Higgins Avenue and MacArthur Street. After identifying the driver, police learned the 35-year-old man from Tennessee had outstanding warrants for aggravated statutory rape, soliciting sexual exploitation of a minor, and aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor from the United States. The Canada Border Services Agency, FBI, and police in Tennessee were notified, and the man is now being held by border agents until he can be returned to the U.S. A former director at the Canadian Centre for Child Protection is taking on a new role with the provincial government.
We are appointing Nani Clausen as our independent commissioner for the teacher registry here in Manitoba.
Clausen worked as a resource teacher before taking on the role of Education and Support Services Director at the Canadian Centre for Child Protection. As the new Commissioner of Teacher Professional Conduct, Clausen will oversee the registry of teachers whose certificates have been suspended or cancelled due to misconduct. She will also investigate complaints, refer matters where appropriate, and may look into possible systemic issues.
There easily could be identified greater issues that are going on beyond the individual case that actually demonstrate or illustrate that there could be some system issues regarding to how people are bringing information forward, how that information coming forward is being interpreted, how that information forward is being actioned.
Clausen replaces Bobby Telfer, who abruptly left following government concerns about her working remotely from Florida. Clausen begins her 5-year term May 18th. A Winnipeg City Councillor wants to push the other levels of government to put home ownership in reach for people who may otherwise not be able to afford it.
I think that rentals are doing quite well, and I think it's time that we start tipping the pendulum to home ownership and home equity.
St. James Councillor Sean Dobson is putting forward a motion to lobby the federal and provincial governments to create a program or programs similar to the Housing Accelerator Fund, but geared towards homes. It could include removing the GST and PST on building materials and then purchasing single-story, newly built homes and passing the savings along to prospective buyers. Dobson's motion also specifies that buyers should be required to live in the homes for at least 10 years to ensure they're not turned around immediately for a profit. The Executive Policy Committee will consider the motion next week. The city is setting the stage for a rapid transit system downtown, and it's asking for your help ironing out the details. It looks something like this. Designated on-street rapid transit on Main Street from Marion to Portage Avenue, then from Portage Avenue to Sutherland Avenue, as well as Portage Avenue from Main Street to Maryland Street. Additionally, there are plans for elevated transit-only infrastructure between Harkness Station and Portage Avenue. Now, there are still some open questions, such as whether the on-street lines will run curbside or right up to the center of the road. The city says it's going to start gathering feedback from local stakeholders next month before hosting 3 rounds of public engagement between this fall and 2028. Planners expect to have a design ready to present by summer of 2028.
It's like, wow, that really happened, you know?
An accident turning heads around the world. How could a motorcycle end up on top of a light standard? And we'll have your complete Skywatch forecast when we return. Welcome back. Our first weather picture this evening doesn't even look like a photo. To me, it almost looks like a painting with the vivid red colors. It's amazing. This picture was shot by David in Grand Rapids. Thanks so much for shooting it. Our next photo by Carol is also a stunner. A double rainbow. Amazing. You can send us your pictures to winnipegweather@ctv.ca. Now, did the storm wake you up early this morning? Around 3, a major thunderstorm hit Winnipeg with loud thunder and light showers. Now, it didn't last long, but it was certainly memorable. Will the rest of our weather be as memorable? Let's go to the satellite map and find out. Well, the good news is there is no need to worry about a repeat performance of thunderstruck overnight. While we will see partly cloudy skies, there won't be another thunderstorm overnight here in Winnipeg. On the ground, however, we may see some fog patches developing. It's all thanks to the moisture on the ground from that earlier storm. Now, Wednesday, it is shaping up to be a pretty spectacular day. As you can see, there is no clouds, which means it should be sunny, and temperatures will be rising up into the 20s here in the south. Now, this will likely be the nicest day of the week, although Thursday is now looking pretty good for us here in the south as well. However, as you see, there is a low pressure system that is going to be crossing Alberta and Saskatchewan on Thursday, and then it is going to be making its way into Manitoba. Should be bringing some rain as well to parts of southern Manitoba. Now, at the moment, it doesn't appear that we will be getting any rain here in Winnipeg. At least it doesn't look that way as yet, but we are going to obviously have to keep our eyes open. For now, let's take a look at the current temperatures across the province. BC's motorcycle community is stunned by a crash so baffling it's hard to believe. As CTV's Sinjin Alexander shows you, the crash has now been seen around the world.
At first glance, this seems impossible. This must be a prank or AI. But it's real, all right. And now one of the most analyzed and talked about motorcycle crashes.
It's like, wow, that really happened, you know?
Moments before the collision, watch the middle of the intersection. A sedan is making a left-hand turn. Then a bike enters the frame. It's up on one wheel as the rider appears to hit the brakes before colliding with the car. Mike McDonald, instructor at V-Twin Motorcycle Riding School.
Oftentimes when something like this does happen, everybody's thinking, oh, is this rider okay? Do we know him?
Police say the rider was hurt, but is expected to survive. Now, we don't have all the details yet. Investigators will likely reconstruct the crash. We are told intersections are one of the most dangerous spots on the road for motorbikes.
Because we have risks coming from all different locations, both sides, in front of us, turns, all of those things.
Ryan Austin is also an instructor and retired police sergeant. He figures the forensic team will be looking at angles of contact. And because the bike left the ground, it might reveal how fast it was going based on throw distance.
From a legal perspective, the officers doing the investigation still need to put all the pieces together to show that that video is actually valid.
The kind of car it was and the way the fender was shaped, and of course, you know, the front tire of a motorcycle being as rounded as it is, it was just a perfect storm, and geometry just kind of launched it up.
And since these images are so baffling and has people talking, they hope it reminds riders the importance of defensive training and drivers to stay alert as motorcycle season officially gets underway. Sinjin Alexander, CTV News, Vancouver.
This is Brian. I think Gunner's gone.
A man on a mission. How long he had to drive to get his stolen mannequin back. A former premier, an award-winning singer-songwriter, and a 4-time Grey Cup champion are among 12 Manitobans being inducted into the Order of Manitoba. Brian Pallister will be invested into the order at a ceremony on Thursday, July 16th at the legislature. Among others, he'll be joined by Dr. Joss Reimer, Indigenous leader Diane Rusin, and Elder Billy Shibler. Juno winner Chantel Kraviazik is also being inducted, along with former Winnipeg Blue Bomber Andrew Harris, Métis hockey player Jocelyn Larocque, and opera singer Tracy Dahl. The Order of Manitoba honors Manitobans who have demonstrated excellence and achievement, enriching the social, cultural, or economic well-being of Manitoba. How far would you be willing to go to reclaim some stolen property? Well, one man drove 3 hours to get a special garden ornament back. CTV's Adam Sawatsky shows you why, for him, it was worth the trek.
Well, seeing as he likes fixing all sorts of things, Brian Neve was intrigued to find a broken mannequin at a garage sale.
He was all in pieces. Yeah. I just say, oh, that was kind of cool.
His wife, Terry, on the other hand, was not so sure.
Well, it's kind of out there, but...
But after Brian repaired the mannequin, Terry discovered it could be kind of fun finding outfits for him. So they named him Gunner and kept him around the house.
It would scare us because we'd forget that he was there.
So Brian put Gunner outside on the roof of his van before finding a permanent place on the fence, which proved popular with people passing.
You know, they come by and they toot their horns. It kind of makes people happy.
Gunner became a fixture in the neighborhood for almost a decade, until the day Terry woke up in the middle of the night to find the mannequin missing.
And I says, Brian, I think Gunner's gone. So he gets his pants on and goes outside and he goes, oh, he is.
And after being gone for more than a month, the mannequin was mourned by neighbors of all ages.
He said every time the little boy heard sirens, he said, is that the police looking for Gunner?
Eventually, Brian offered a $100 reward for his return, which led to a stranger sending him this picture.
That's definitely my mannequin. So had to go track him down, right?
Yeah. Brian ended up rescuing the mannequin from a town almost 3 hours away before ensuring Gunner was secured more firmly than before.
I said, yay! We were so happy.
Yeah. Until recently, when they wondered if others would be even happier if their mannequin had a mate, but the only one Brian could find had no face.
You know, she was looking pretty freaky.
So Terry asked her hairdresser to give the mannequin a makeover, and after she went above and beyond, Gunner has a girlfriend named Jillian.
It's nice to do something that makes people smile.
I guess we'll just kind of carry on doing it because people are paying attention, makes somebody happy.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Nanaimo.
A cafe run by robots. What happened when an AI program was put in charge? And we'll have your 7-day Skywatch forecast next.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
It's looking like the cold temperatures are behind us. Look at that, 23 and 24 degrees on Thursday before things level off a little bit. In Sweden, there's a cafe being run by an AI.
I was wondering why you don't have any bread today.
Oh, out of bread? That's not good. Unfortunately, I can't fix that right now from here, but I'll let the staff on site know immediately.
The AI is in charge of overseeing almost every aspect of the business, from hiring staff to managing inventory. The AI agent was tasked with setting up electricity and internet and securing permits for food handling. It's an experiment to explore how AI might be used in the future. But those behind it say there were a lot of mistakes. They say the agent is placing orders for things they don't need, like tomatoes or 6,000 napkins and more than enough first aid kits. Looks like we'll be able to keep our jobs a little while longer. And that is going to do it for us. For another look at tonight's stories, visit us online at ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. Thanks so much for watching and good night.